Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. Whether you're watching us live at sktrading.live or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we've got you covered. Subscribe, join the community, and get ready to dive into real talk and real market insights. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Well, today, all the activity was in the morning, basically on Coinbase, on Hood, and on Microsoft, NVIDIA early in the morning. We really had some sell divergences here. S&P futures down 8, NASDAQ down 27, Russell practically unchanged, and the Dow down about 180 points here. S&P futures pushed up this morning. Exactly what I said last night on the podcast. If we get an overbought condition and we push up, look to short the market based upon the overbought conditions on the 30 and the 60-minute time frames. And we got, again, the S&P futures traded down to the around the 63.25. The high was 63.52. I knew today was going to be a very, very, very quiet day right after the opening, and that's exactly what happened from 11:30 onward. It was like watching paint dry. A couple of great patterns here. MSTR reversed the sell on the 60, 30, and 15, and then you short the first pounds. How about this crazy Coinbase? At one point, it was trading 444 and then dropped down to 407. And I actually said I'd be buying the Coinbase below 07.5, got down to 07, the 30 and the 15s, and the 60-minute time frames deeply oversold. And what did Coinbase do? Towards the end of the day, rallied about 12. So with that, today I tried to short some Microsoft on the opening at 5.15. The high was 414.64, and it got absolutely cabooshed. MACD's negative on the 15-minute time frame. NVIDIA pushed up. This was a really good one, above the 174 and change. Dropped about $2, actually a little bit more, about $2.50 from the high to the low. But mostly, the thing I'm just trying to tell you is when you see these negative MACDs above the pivot, and I'll show you here, like in NVIDIA right here, okay? If you see these NVIDIA here, okay, if you see NVIDIA right here on the 60 and on the 30-minute time frame, when you get this push up right here, where is it? Here, right here at 10 o'clock. Look at the negative MACD on the 30. Look at the negative MACD on the 60. I couldn't even say short fast enough, right? And then if you look at these type of patterns, also, you can look at Avago, AVGO, had a similar pattern here, pushing up here on the opening, 287 and change. And then what do you look to do? Right, you look to short the bounce here into the negative, the push up into the negative MACD. Push up here, the MACDs could not confirm on the 60-minute time frame, and in the end, that was a really great short on the opening. Look at this crazy Coinbase, unbelievable in Coinbase. Coinbase pushed up here to 444 and dropped all the way down here to 406.5. I mean, it was an absolute bloodbath from the highs. I have no idea why they're buying Coinbase like this, but in the end, who cares? We caught the shorts all the way up here. And if you look to 60-minute time frames, and if you look at one point, Coinbase, when it was trading up 444, we're talking 74 points above the 10-bar moving average. Now, whatever reason, we'll look to see if Coinbase can come back to reality. But in the end, it was really a really great day with shorting Coinbase. Netflix down 64 here. If you look at Netflix, really great patterns in Netflix. The 60-minute reverse to sell after the earnings. Good earnings, actually. You can see the negative MACDs here, rising ADX, negative MACDs here on the 60 and the 30-minute time frame. Look at those negative MACDs. Look at the rising ADXs. You can't ask for anything better. And then what do you look to do on Netflix? Anybody know? You short the bounces on the 15. Here's 1, 213. Here's 2, 217. Great patterns on Netflix. These are phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal patterns. Netflix reverses to sell, okay? And it pushes up on the 15. Look at this. This is a really great one. When you get this overbought condition in a rising ADX environment on the 15, 30, and 60-minute time frame, the negative MACDs, and then boom, 19, you blinked, you dropped $6. Here's a second push up here, right? Look, right below the 10 bar, right into the 10 bar, 17 and a half, and got absolutely kabooshed again here at $12. These are great patterns. When you see something like this and you see those ADXs rising, big selling pressure on the 60 and the 30, and you get that negative MACD on the 15, 30, and 60, let them have them. Unbelievable day in Netflix. Going to probably about 11 and a half and lower. I'll probably be a buyer of Netflix. Again, once I think this big sell-off occurs between now and October, again, my first gap on the daily is on the 60-10 level, and then I look for the gap at 57 and a half. So great pattern there on Netflix. What else do we have here? Meta. Meta was amazing today. I have to show you this Meta, okay? So Meta reverses to buy on the 15-minute time frame here at 11:30, and then look at the 30-minute time frame reversing to buy. So you go into right here, a buy reversal, sell disconnect. 85% of the time, based upon this pattern, the right here, that the lows are in for the day. And then when the 30 reversed to buy right here, MACD positive, ADX off. Look at the yellow dots into the blue. You basically have what? You have a buy disconnect, right? So that means that 2 out of the 3 time frames are bullish. Then what do you do at 2:30? You look at the 5-minute time frame. Look at the ADX rising here. MACD positive, ADX is right here. Here's the first pullback. Let's see, 2:30. Here's the first pullback. That's correct here at 3. Okay, you can see you could have bought this below 01 here, rallied about 3.5, and then here's the second pullback. Again, positive MACD, big buying pressure, greater than 10, ADX rising, and then you can see the push up, monster long here on Netflix. And you can, on Meta ran roughly from here, ran about less than about $1.80. These are great patterns here. And, it was very quiet during the day here today. Let me show you MSTR. This is another great one here today. MSTR. And this is why I was saying I'd be selling MSTR calls. I'll be buying puts in MSTR yesterday. MSTR reverses the buy on the 15, then reverses the buy on the 30 here at 10:30. And then look at the 60-minute time frame, negative MACDs on the 30 and on the 60. ADX is rising, big selling pressure. Really, to tell you the truth, there were really very rare. Was there a couple overbought conditions here? Very low volume here. 428 got kabooshed here after 10:30. Let's see here. There was maybe this one here, 11:55. Here's another one here at 1:30. Here's the other one here at 2:35. And then at the end of the day, what happened? You had about 3 maybe mini shorts here on the 15. But then what happened here on MSTR? Well, guess what? The 15-minute time frame finally gets overbought. This is the first bounce on the 15. It happened with 15 minutes to go in the game. And guess what? Look at the high here, 429.77, and dropped more than almost $7 there. So that pattern right there. Once the 60-minute time frame reversed to sell, you have those ADXs rising on the 30 and on the 60-minute time frame. You take the 3 shorts off the 5-minute. Eventually, the 15-minute time frame, I saw it. I'm like, I don't want to be really short MSTR over the weekend. And of course, what happened? It hit the 429 and change, and then got absolutely kabooshed. So that was a great pattern there on MSTR. Really, to be honest with you, other than that, there was really nothing really to do here today, except I'll show you the S&P futures, why we called shorts on the S&Ps practically on the highs here. and I said this yesterday, and I thought that this was going to be a big factor. When the S&P futures were making new highs here this morning at 9:30, that was the high here, 53, and I hit it again here, 53.5 at 10:30. You can see you're making new highs. The MACD's negative above the pivot. Good night. Okay, there was no way in the world, okay, that I thought the S&Ps were going to push up. And then when the S&P futures reversed to sell on the index futures on the 30 and on the 60, I really knew that any bounce off the 15-minute time frame was a short, even though, and that was right here. We called a short right here from 39 up to 44 and a half, and you can see the short. It was a monster short here, and you can see the S&Ps dropped about 16. So, but here's the thing, right? So the S&P futures reversed to sell on the 30 and the 60-minute time frame, correlating with the continuous contract, right? Okay. But the spiders, the underlying ETF, reverses a sell on the 15, but still bullish on the 30 and the 60-minute time frame on indicator 4. So what do we look to do? Well, at that particular point, we just trade what we see. You had the buy disconnect on the S&P, a negative trend on the S&P futures. So guess what? I took the long off the 15-minute time frame on the spiders, and any rallies that we saw on the S&P futures, which happened on that 15-minute time frame around 12 o'clock, we took the short. Other than that, really was just sideways action. S&Ps were trading between 26 and 30, 28 and 33. It really wasn't really amounting to much. All right. Okay. When I get back, I will tell you what I expect for tomorrow, for Monday. Sorry. Okay, so for Monday, we have the U.S. economic leading indicators. I think that's a leading indicator, economic indicators at 10 o'clock. Other than that, I don't really see much here. There's no 8:30 number. Right now, the Qs are bullish on the 15, 30, and 60-minute time frame. The Russell's negative on the 15 and the 30. The spiders are bullish on the 30 and 60. So you have, this is a potluck here. All right. I am very bearish here. I think the market is on borrowed time. I think the market is maybe, if we do get this push up into these negative MACDs on the 30 and 60, and we get any overbought conditions, I would fade the market based upon those sell divergences there. Other than that, I have to say, I think it's going to be a very slow day this week. Now, don't forget, we had all the economic numbers come out a week and a half ago. Employment last week, this week, CPI, PPI, retail sales. What are we looking for this week here? Existing home sales. We got a big one on Friday, durable goods. Really no, we do have, really, that's really about it. Durable goods on Friday of next week. It's just going to be slow. And then August, we start kicking off the big ones again. Employment numbers, CPI, PPI, retail sales, durable goods, GDP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For Bitcoin, I'm looking for this pullback between the 93 and 96,000. And I think we then get another push up to 140, 145,000. But I still think we're going to get this pullback here on the S&Ps down to the 6,000 mark, rally, negative MACDs, make a lower high, then get another drop. And I'm hoping we get this drop, fill that gap at 5,700, because that's when I think you cover shorts and back up the truck to go long, because I think the market has got too much momentum, especially if President Trump gets his way about cutting interest rates into 2026. I believe he's going to be very aggressive and cut them down from where we currently are, at least by half. So that's going to be 50, 50, 50, 50, or even 75, 50. I think he's just going to go crazy. He doesn't want to pay the interest on the debt, and that's just making him completely crazy. With that being said, I think gold is going to 3,800, maybe 3,800 to 4,000. Silver, I think, could be the 44 to 48 range, but we'll see. Platinum, I think, could be $8 to $10 higher from here. Copper, I think, is going to go north of $6, but we'll see. All right, one day at a time. All right, when I get back, I want to tell you a person I met recently and how that person really touched me, and I'm going to share that story with you. So again, I tell you, it's about perseverance. It's about really wanting to learn. And it's like I said, it's about anybody can do this. It's just a matter of tweaking, and it's everybody learns differently. Like I'm a baboon when it comes to my iPhone. I call my daughter; she helps me. But when it comes to the trading matrix or the ladder, there's nobody better. I'm so fast, right? But with that, person reached out to me. I reached out to this person several months ago, and I'm going to try to do everything on my own, no problem. Then finally reached out to me. Now this person drives north of 2 hours every single day to see me. I extended my invitation, and today on a simulator really got her so motivated, so confident, made north of $700 on the simulator, understands what her mistakes were, and now I'm so happy whether she comes back next week or she trades from home. But it just touched me because she was had so much passion, so much desire to drive 2 hours each. I mean, getting up at 4:30 in the morning, driving from 5, being here at 7. I got a coffee this morning, and then being able to really understand, see the mistakes, tweak them, and understand the philosophy, the methodology, and what it takes to be able to trade index futures. So kudos to her. Also, so many people are doing these prop accounts. You can go to Legends Trading, type in the code SK, you get 80% off. And, I got people now trading multiple, whether it's Legends and Tradeify or Top Step and Legends. They're doing 4 or 5 accounts on each. So I don't know. You know what? If you could do it, great. And I just, like I said, just be consistent, and hopefully you get your payouts, and that's all that matters to me. But with that being said, thank you for joining me today on the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. I am exhausted. It's been a long week. Again, if you want to join my live trading room here at sktrading.live, please visit the website, click on the link, subscribe, let me help you. I do give out my phone number, 914-500-7484. If anyone wants to reach out to me over the weekend, I return every phone call. If you want to follow me on social media, please follow me on official Stephen Kalayjian X, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, hit the subscribe button here on my YouTube page here. Please subscribe, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. Again, if you want to reach out to me, text me or call me at the number I just said. Most of all, enjoy the night, enjoy the weekend, enjoy life, enjoy every second. And most of all, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Have a great weekend. I'll see you here on Monday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe at sktrading.live or on your favorite podcast platform. We'd love for you to rate, review, and join our community for more real talk and market insights. Until next time, keep trading and stay sharp.